So we just ran into the owner, and
who actually made our drink. Now I've sat in the seat that everyone else has sat in.
This is how I personally make an old fashioned here.
Perfect.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Cheers.
Cheers.
We're gonna find the best old fashioned in Milwaukee today. Now, that being said, Wisconsin's known for old fashions, but we're a bourbon channel, so we're gonna go hunt down the best old fashioned with bourbon in Milwaukee. But we're gonna start here because this is where it all started for us. Let's go see what they got. Not sure what they would make our old fashioned out of, but we're gonna ask them for the best whiskey they've got to make our old fashioned. So that's the one little rule in today's adventure, is we gotta get their best whiskey. Itty bitty baby cocktail list here. So I gotta think that old fashioned is on there. Shouldn't take me long to find. There we go, old fashioned, $10. All right, can we do one old fashioned with your best whiskey? Whatever your best whiskey is. I'll leave it up to you.
A lot of pressure.
All right, let's try this here.
Actually, that's great.
Bardstown Old Fashioned here.
I'll leave my comments till he tastes.
Oh, that's really tasty. I think for me it's maybe just a little bit sweet, but I get why it's served that way.
Yeah, you can definitely see the bourbon shine through on this one.
Yep.
I like the little bit of orange tartness I'm getting in there. It's nice.
Orange shines through. The interesting thing, and for those of you not from Wisconsin, you're probably wondering, why did she add that little topper, right? So in Wisconsin, it's very, very common to top it with club or some kind of soda. That's not traditional. It's not a classic cocktail, but that is a classic Wisconsin old fashioned. So if you ever come here, you're probably going to get brandy, and you're probably going to get some kind of club soda to top it off.
Yeah. All right, you want to rank it?
I'm ready.
I think visual, it looks very normal, I guess.
Yeah.
Like it's very classic. There's nothing fancy about it.
Looks like an old fashioned.
It looks like an old fashioned.
Yeah. No garnish.
No garnish. I'd probably, if you have to go strong or weak, I'm gonna say weak.
I'm gonna go weak on the visual, but it's what you expect. So I'm very happy with that. Flavor.
Flavor-wise, I'm gonna say the flavor is pretty spot on for me. It could be maybe not as sweet, but it's still a nice balance. I'm giving it a strong.
Yeah, I'm gonna go strong on the flavor as well, and let's go with let's call it mouthfeel, just for the sake of
mouthfeel.
The texture of the cocktail here.
It's actually a little bit velvety in there.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give a strong on that.
Just gonna give it one more touch here. Yeah, it's good. I'm gonna go strong on that as well. All right, not a bad way to start.
Not a bad way to start.
Good job, Ferches. We conquered Ferches. Now we're on to one of the finest bars in all of Milwaukee. You're gonna love this. Come on. You know, I promised you one of the finest bars in Milwaukee. I didn't tell you it was gonna be one of the finest Blue Ribbon PBR bars, and we know this one, and quite frankly, it wouldn't really be Wisconsin if we didn't go to a dive bar.
Yeah, maybe they got something special in there. Who knows?
All right, let's check it out.
What do you have in it?
Could I get an old fashioned any way you want to make it?
There you go, dear.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Give her a sip. And I noticed you might have snuck in a little PBR over there. When in Rome, as they say, right?
Haven't had a PBR since probably college. This would be kind of more of that, in that value area. So I think we need to bring expectations to where we're at.
I actually like it better.
I actually like it better too because it's dumbed down on the sweetness.
Yeah, this exactly, and so sometimes the issue with a simple syrup is that you can get too much sweet too quickly, so it's harder to gauge.
Yep.
Where this was a classic muddling of the sugar cube, or at least it was sugar
It was a granulated sugar. Yep.
Yep. Which I feel like is maybe a little easier to just kind of monitor how sweet you're making it. Not to mention, I think she maybe has made a couple hundred more than
Probably.
our other friend.
Yep.
Who's still learning her.
Well, when she asked us what we wanted to drink, she said, "Hun, what do you want?"
Yes.
And that usually means I've been doing this a while.
I'm ready to give it a rating.
Me too. Appearance?
So I give it a thumbs up for the volume. We feel like we have more old fashioned here.
Yeah.
Probably for less dollars.
Probably.
But I'm gonna give it a week. I'm gonna give it a week kind of overall.
I'm gonna give it a week as well. Yep, I agree.
What about taste?
Taste-wise, I would say it's very comparable to the last one, but in a different way.
Yep.
So I'm gonna have to go with strong on this one.
I'm going with strong on this one. I'm gonna give it just a bump up from the last one, a little more spirit forward, and just a little less sweet, which I prefer.
This one gauges our palate way better.
Yep.
Feel?
Yeah, the texture is. I think because there's more soda in this one, it actually took away from some of that texture, and because it's not the syrup, which thickens up the whiskey a bit, or the cocktail a bit. I'm gonna go weak on that side.
Yeah, I agree. I'm gonna go weak as well.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Thought we'd do a little pit stop, maybe, do a little gambling. No, reality is, Potto, we did a pretty cool remodel a couple of years ago. And what I found out is they've got a really nice cocktail bar. So the goal here is to check out the new remodel, but also, hopefully, we can find us a nice bourbon old fashioned. I mean, it looks pretty awesome, not gonna lie.
It does, wow.
Sure does pay to be a member. Visit the Potto.
Now I've sat in the seat that everyone else has sat in.
All right, so we're leaving it to bartender discretion here on the bourbon old fashioned. I don't think they were taking a whole lot of special requests on this one. I'd say right off the bat, that's the best looking old fashioned we've got tonight.
It's got the best looking glass, but I mean, they should have good glassware at a casino, right?
Not necessarily, but I'd say overall, the appearance is kind of what you expect when you order an old fashioned. Yeah. Now I saw the whiskey we poured here, and it was a J&Bs white label. So
A white label Jim Beam, and I don't see an orange in there. Do you see an orange in there?
no orange,
And no muddle.
no negative.
No muddle, no orange, Jim Beam white label.
I will see if the casino is the best place to get an
get
old fashioned in Milwaukee. I'm gonna say not so much. It's mostly J&Bs, which I'm not mad about. It's definitely the most spirit forward of the night, which again I'm not mad about.
It's actually not terrible.
No, it's not bad. I'm pretty well ready to give it a rating. What do you say?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, appearance. I'm gonna say
Appearance?
strong.
Yeah, strong as well.
Yep. Best looking old fashioned of the night.
Yep. I'm gonna give palate a week.
Yeah, I'm gonna give palate a week too. It's definitely cheap bourbon and probably some kind of mixer, which not my favorite. Texture, mouthfeel.
Texture actually feels nice, but I think that's just because there's so much syrup in there.
I agree. Yeah. It's velvety. It's thick,
Yeah.
which I like. So I'm gonna give that a strong. Probably my least favorite of the night.
Yeah, least favorite of the night for sure. Not even an orange in there.
No orange.
It's a sad. And we're here at Central Standard, where they make bourbon, all sorts of liqueurs, small craft distillery here in Wisconsin, and we're excited to see what they can deliver. We know that it looks pretty cool inside, so we're excited to show you guys that and venture around Milwaukee to find the best old fashioned.
Have an old fashioned.
All right, what can I get for you guys?
All right, so we're looking for the best old fashioned in Milwaukee,
Okay,
but it's got to have bourbon.
got it.
And we're big fans of Central Standard whiskey. We've really enjoyed the cabin strength.
Yep.
Yep,
But we're gonna leave it up to you. However you want to make it, best old fashioned you can whip up.
got it. I can do that for you. We'll be using our red cabin bourbon today.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Cheers.
Cheers.
I mean, the look is primo. That's what you want, right?
Yeah.
That's an old fashioned.
It's an appropriate glass. You got plenty of fruit in here. We muddled. It looks delicious.
Yeah, and they garnished. Which
did.
I appreciate.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah, that's good.
Ooh, that's nice.
First of all, it's delicious. It's a delicious cocktail, and if I was served this anywhere in the world, I would be happy.
Yeah, I would say majority of people are gonna love
Love it.
Love
Yep.
this.
Yep.
Yep.
All right, so I'm gonna say on the look, going strong.
Yeah,
appearance is strong.
Appearance is very strong. Yep.
Yep. The mouthfeel, the thickness of it.
Yeah, I would say the mouthfeel is good. Simple syrup was used, which we've realized when that gets used, the mouth feels better.
Yeah, just more velvety. So I'm going strong on that one as well.
Yeah.
And flavor.
Flavor-wise, strong on the sweetness. If I was really heavy sweet person, I would say strong, but I'm gonna go weak for me.
Okay. I'm going to go strong as an old fashioned. That's good. It's a good way to start.
Here we go.
So that went pretty well. We got the kind of the first class tour. We had a great bartender. You can tell they make a lot of old fashions, and they've definitely got the accoutrements to make a nice old fashioned. And yeah, I mean that sets the standard so far. All right, so we are historic Third Ward, and we're going to a very, very special little bar here. So Third Ward, for those of you that don't know, Milwaukee's a brunch city. Third Ward's got all the brunch options for you. We're not going for brunch today. We're actually going to grab our old fashioned still, but we're going to the Milwaukee Public Market right up the road here to go to a very famous outdoor tiki bar. So we're gonna see if they've got a great old fashioned for us. I don't even know if they serve bourbon there, to be honest with you. I think they do a lot of rum, but we'll figure it out. This is where we're gonna go, but we're gonna go take a look in here first because it's just pretty cool. Oyster bar, seafood bar here. Barbecue. Now that looks like a place that can make a nice old fashioned.
Hang on.
That kind of feels like a Wisconsin bar.
Yeah.
Hey, you got the time? Come on, stop fooling around. We got more stuff to see.
This place is pretty cool.
Yeah, pretty cool place. Been here for, I want to say like 30 plus years now. So it's pretty well established. It's kind of one of those, I'd say, must visits while you're in Milwaukee. The stop area used to be unfinished, but now it's a pretty cool place to set up shop, do your work remote, grab a bite to eat, hang out, enjoy the city. Milwaukee Public Market, guys. If you haven't been here, you gotta come check it out at least. But we're not here to just see the sights. We're here to have an old fashioned. So let's go there next.
We're just a couple of dudes.
Couple of bourbon bros. Yeah, this
Trying to
definitely
have
looks
some
like the entrance.
bourbon. Beautiful. Thank you.
Well, I'm gonna drink your chaser here. We didn't have high expectations for an old fashioned here. More than anything, we just want to showcase this super cool, very famous bar here. So you still got to give it a good rating here. Let's go through the process.
This is more of a seafood place, and this salmon is super, super great. I want to go appearance, strong for me.
All right. I don't know if you can judge the mouthfeel of a Bloody Mary, but
kinda
what
can.
would you give it for texture and?
I think texture is good. I mean, you're getting spices that are coming through there, like black pepper and whatnot, and I kind of enjoy knowing that those spices are coming out and I'm getting that on the palate, so it's good.
Okay. So 2 strongs, and how about the flavor?
Flavor, excellent. This is actually really tasty Bloody Mary, nice and strong.
There we go. Got the full front double bicep flex. Cool spot though. Cool spot. Yeah, usually, part of my French, it's nut to butt in here, but it's kind of nice right now. First assessment, this looks good. It's got a nice kind of a reddish hue to it, which is a little different.
Yeah, this is the second place we've been now where they actually garnished it on top and they also muddled the same fruit in.
Yeah, yep. Well, I'm going to give it a sip and see what we're working with. That tastes like an old fashioned. That's good. And what was the bourbon of choice here?
This was Jim Beam White Label.
Ah, classic white label. Okay. So this is what you would get if you came in order, just a standard bourbon old fashioned.
Yep. This was also with, instead of simple syrup, we had
Sugar cube.
sugar cube.
Yeah. Which tastes better to me. I like the.
Yeah?
I like the sugar cube.
One other big difference, this is the only place that's done it so far, is they have cherry grenadine also in there.
Ah, splash of cherry grenadine. That could be that little differentiator there. It's nice. It's good flavor.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get the visual strong.
Yeah, strong as well for visual.
Texture, I'm gonna give weak. I'm gonna give weak on the texture. It's just okay.
Yeah, I would say weak on texture as
But
well.
I think that's just the choice of sugar to simple syrup.
Yeah, which is really kind of weird. I never would have thought about that until we started doing this. So.
Yep. And flavor, I'm gonna give strong. I think it's cool. I like that little splash of grenadine. It's nice.
Yep, I agree. The cherry really shines in this, and the bourbon actually kind of comes through nice. So I like that.
All
Strong.
right. What's this called? The Silver Dragon or the
Kai, Cobra Kai,
Orange
Drunken Cobra.
no Orange Cobra? Yeah, it is true. You're right.
Drunken Cobra.
Drunken Cobra. Get yourself a solid old fashioned.
We're in the Dirty Dallas.
Wow.
Welcome.
Or just West Dallas.
Or just West Dallas, some people may call it. But we're at station number 6. That's uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis in Spanish.
Yes, it is.
And we're gonna get a old fashioned, hopefully with bourbon in it this time and not brandy. And we're hoping it's the best one because this is one of our last stops.
Yeah, come on, Dallas, come through for us. And I'm feeling good about it because as I peek in here, we got beer and whiskey on the signs.
And this is not based around sweetness. This is based around the bourbon and the actual mix. Thank you so much.
All right, so we got the first old fashioned so far on this excursion that didn't have any sort of soda topper, which is typically a Wisconsin thing. So this is what I would consider a classic cocktail.
Yeah, classic cocktail, definitely most professionally made. They put it into a mixing glass, mixed it together, and then poured it over ice.
Yep.
Usually you got a whiskey cube. What I would think is if you get it at a super, super fancy place. But this one came with a nice fancy cherry on top. Very simple, straightforward. But I think since I already sipped it, this is going to be something interesting to you.
Okay. Take a sip here. Yeah. So that's good. That's what I come to expect in a classic old fashioned cocktail. Whoa. It's got a lot going on. I don't know what they added to it. It's definitely got some other liqueur in there. I just don't know what it is. But it's very good. Presentation, what do you think?
Presentation, beautiful. I actually kind of like the simplicity of it. I love the color of it.
Yeah, it's dark. It's dark. If it was on a whiskey cube, I think it'd look really pretty, but
very pretty.
I'm gonna give it strong on the presentation.
Presentation, strong. Performance, strong. So whoever that bartender is, if you ever watch this, great work.
Texture?
Texture. I actually kind of like the texture. I think the texture's strong.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of different mixes in there. So
yeah, yep. It's nice and thick. It's a good experience. And flavor.
Flavor-wise, I actually kind of like it. I'm a black licorice kind of guy. I like black licorice, and it kind of reminds me quite a bit of that. So, plus he used Old Forester.
Yeah, he used Old Forester, which was definitely like that was a pro move right there. That was I know my whiskey move. Yeah, flavor's good. It's a nice bourbon old fashioned. I'm gonna give that strong.
Give it a strong as well.
All right, so we just ran into the owner, and
Who actually made our drink.
yeah, and it turns out it's called the Alice Old Fashioned. So when in West Alice, you get the Alice Old Fashioned. And it sounds like there's a Luxardo cherry liqueur, for lack of a specific, word.
He said he's worked on this for like 4 or 5 years before he got it to this point.
Yeah, so there's some science that goes into this, and it's definitely a unique cocktail. So I'm glad that we got like the house special.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like this, he said specifically this mixed drink was the one that started this place.
Yeah, which is pretty cool to know. So very, very satisfied. I like it even more now that I know there's some history to it.
The experience and knowing the story behind it,
Yep,
legend,
100%.
is makes the experience way better.
And I'm from West Allis, so I'm cool. I'm cool with the fact that there's a West Allis bourbon old fashioned that kind of intertwines a little bit of history there as well. So pretty cool place. We got to wrap up episode number 1, and we're going to do that at one of my favorite places to get a cocktail. Technically, we're not in Milwaukee, but we're in the greater metro area. I had Zach double check to see if Germantown actually paid taxes in Milwaukee. It doesn't. It's Washington County, so just give us some grace here. But we're going to Germantown Metro Cigars, one of my very favorite places for an old fashioned, and one of the coolest places that you probably don't know about, but if you like bourbon, you probably like cigars, so you're going to enjoy this place. Let's check it out. We're going to have an old fashioned, but let's do it right. We're at a cigar lounge. Let's get a cigar.
It looks so cool in here. All the lights, huge, man. It's huge.
Yeah, I love this place, man. It just they do it right. They got the hospitality down. There's enough air and space in here and ventilation that you don't feel inundated with smoke, which I know for some people is not something they enjoy. And they've got boxes of some of my favorite cigars. Now, I like this in a Perfecto, but this is a nutty cigar that I just love. If you like cigars and you look for a nutty profile, I just can't recommend the New World. So for you, get you the Cafe. It's a classic. It's creamy. It's smooth. It's a light cigar. All right, we got the goods. Let's go get an old fashioned. I'll have an old fashioned.
Okay.
However you like to make it, with whatever bourbon you want to put in it. Aesthetics, I'm going to give it a strong. Texture, I'm going to give it a weak. And flavor, I'm going to give it a strong.
I'm going to say appearance-wise, definitely a strong.
Yep.
I like this glass. I like how it's put together. Could use a garnish. I would say flavor-wise, strong on the flavor as well. Texture, I'm going to give that a week.
All right. Overall, really nice old-fashioned.
Yeah, really nice.
Okay, so we started the adventure at Ferch's, and overall, Ferch's is a pretty nice experience. Gave it a 3.2.
Our next stop was Paps or J&Bs, a good experience for a dive bar.
I agree. Yep, 3.2, fair rating. Then we jumped over to Potawatomi, and we had high hopes for Potawatomi. Great remodel. Looked awesome in there.
Yeah.
Not so good on the experience, and quite frankly, a pretty pedestrian old-fashioned. They use Jim Beam White Label, which, okay, but we're looking for the best, not the most normal iteration of an old-fashioned, and so that just didn't hit the marks. 2.4 we gave Potawatomi.
And then we went over to Central Standard, one of our most favorite experiences we've had.
That was good.
Very cool place, really well thought out kind of experience for anybody coming in, sitting at the bar. Huge bar. We gave this one a 3.6.
So we went from there over to the World Market, where we didn't quite get the bourbon experience we were hoping for, but we got an experience. So we gave it a 2.0 because they technically offered an old-fashioned,
Yeah.
just not one we wanted to grade because we knew how that would turn out.
Drunken Cobra, gave that a 2.9.
2.9. We jumped over to Station, forgive me here, I'm not remembering the numbers.
number.
Station Number in West Allis, and we got what I thought was the best whiskey experience of the day. Gave it a 4.1. Let's round it up with Metro.
All right, Metro, here we are. We are currently at Metro. We gave this a 3.6.
Guys, if you like this series, check out our Patreon, check out our Discord. We've got the opportunity for you to give some input. We want to go check out all the old fashions, and we can only do it one at a time, but we'd love your input. Where should we be looking next? For now, I'm Brandon,
I'm Zach.
and we're the Bourbon Bros.
Catch you on the next one.